So here's some random thoughts on the Appalachian Trail again. I left Hot Springs today, and about a little more than 5 miles into the hike, come across this pond and this like man-made dam, and it's really, really cool. And bench sitting here, and figured I'd take a few minutes and share like my thoughts today. And I've been struggling with an ankle injury for more than 100 since Toccoa Gap, maybe 120 miles by now. I don't even know. I've lost count. And it's my left ankle, and my right heel is bruised, and I've had bronchitis, and I know I share a lot of videos about like just how beautiful it is out here, and how grateful I am to be experiencing this. But I want to say, make no mistake about it, hiking is hard, man. It is the most difficult thing I've ever done, and it is not enjoyable all the time, and it is every step is painful. And I'm a very animated individual, and if you've hiked anywhere around me, you kind of know this, or even slept anywhere around me, I'm like grimacing sometimes, and groaning as I'm laying there, and my legs are cramping up, and my feet just ache. And I want to make sure that my message is, my friend Early Riser 71, if you haven't seen his stuff, amazing videos, and a former thru hiker, and a Marine, brother Marine also. He's gracious enough to send me his book, and he wrote a book called Pushing North, and from his, I think, 2017 hike, and he's an absolute, did it in 113 days and just crushed it, and the lessons he learned along the way. And we can't be complete opposites as far as how we started out this trail, but he has a saying that it doesn't, in his book that I'm listening to, and thank you, Early Riser, for sending me your book, man, that how the wreck state of his body when he was done, and just how difficult of a challenge it really is, and that it's just the tax you pay. The Appalachian Trail demands a tax, and everybody pays it, and I'm not the only one out here who's struggling through some discomfort and injuries, and to be honest with you, doesn't matter if you're out here at all. Everybody's struggling with discomfort. Everybody's struggling with grief and anxiety and depression and trauma and pain and feelings of uselessness or pity, and that's part of life. That's a duality of life, and I just felt like I needed to come on here and say that this is the most difficult thing that I've done in terms of, I've been a Marine. I've been pretty accomplished a lot of things in life, and I'm not trying to accomplish anything out here. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I understand that I'm going to be uncomfortable out here, just as I'm sometimes uncomfortable at home, and in different scenarios and different settings. And you don't have to walk the Appalachian Trail to find peace. There's lessons to be learned out here, but you can learn the lessons wherever you're at. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I think for me, once I know that no thing is ever going to fulfill me, then I don't have expectations anymore. I don't expect the trail to provide comfort for me any more than I do alcohol or a drug or a relationship. I find that within, and I can do that wherever I'm at. Make no mistake, it is absolutely beautiful out here, and being out here absolutely alone again. And I hike alone usually, but I've been with a few people for the last couple weeks, and it's been magical. But I stepped away today because I felt that intuition calling me, and that I needed to spend some time alone again. And the first 5 miles climbing out of Hot Springs is tough, and a full pack, and you know, a couple days rest, and it's like coming back from vacation, man. And back to the grind of walking 2,200 miles one step at a time, and it's difficult, but man, it's worth it, and it's worth it wherever I'm at. Somebody asked me on one of my videos, how do I learn to trust that intuition, and it's a process. And I still don't do it all the time. It's a million surrenders, but I wanted to give a little analogy for him that, you know, let's say that I heard somewhere, and I don't remember where I heard it, but that if you're driving along and you're kind of lost a little bit, and you see some guy standing on the corner, and you pull up and you ask for directions, and you have no idea if this guy's going to give you the right directions or not, and he says, go up and you'll see a Walmart, and right after the Walmart, take a left, and you'll go down a couple miles, and on your third red light, you'll see a 7-Eleven, and make a right, and he's giving you directions, and when you drive off, you have no idea where he's sending you. But as you're driving up, you see the Walmart, and you take the left, and you say, okay, well, he gave me that much information, and you go up to the third red light, and there's a 7-Eleven, and you take a right, and you slowly start to realize that maybe now you see familiar signs and things that you were looking for initially, and you start to trust that information, not when he gave it to you, not when you first felt it, but as you're traversing the journey. You don't have to trust completely. You just have to follow and look for the signs within, and look for the signs that show you that you've made the right choice in terms of your intuition and your trust in your gut instincts. And I don't always trust. Even hiking out here, I trusted the intuition that I needed to be out here, but then all of a sudden I'm struggling to figure out what gear I needed, and if it was the right gear or the wrong gear. And so even me today, I can trust that, and then I instantly go back to leaning on Howard or wing it. So my trail name fits me pretty well, because I really am out here just trying to trust that I'm in the right place at the right time and around the right people, and I hike the right amount of miles, and that I'm going to get wherever it is that I'm supposed to get. And but it is difficult, and a lot of my videos are trying to show the absolute beauty and joy of living in the moment and being out here. But I struggle too, and the only difference is I know I'm going to struggle out here with every step, or I'm going to struggle at home in some different circumstance, right? And once I'm aware that I'm struggling, I can let go and wing it again. And there's a reason only 20 to 25% of the people make it out here, because I think if you're looking for peace and serenity, you don't have to hike the Appalachian Trail. You can find that within. Be still and know, man. You know, start trusting your intuition a little bit at a time, and you'll get the glimpse, and that glimpse will expand, and you will trust more and more and more and more. But you're not always going to trust 100%. That's what we have minds for, and it's not a bad thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is that nobody promised that life was going to be happy and joy and blissful, and you can't run from your life out to the trail and think you're just going to be happy out here, because happiness is an emotion, and it's fleeting, just like sadness, just like grief, just like anxiety, pain, sadness. Contentment is the solution. Seek contentment. You're always okay. You have survived 100% of everything you've ever been through, and you're a warrior. And whether you watch my videos because you aspire to come out here and find yourself, or you don't have to walk the trail to find yourself, there are lessons out here. There are lessons where you're at. There are lessons all around us. Everything is intentional, and everything has something to teach us. And it is an absolute joy and a pleasure out here. but it is trudging. There's a line in my recovery book that says, trudging the road to happy destiny. And that's kind of the way I see things today, is that nobody promised that it was going to be happiness all the time. It is grind, but it is all about the way you perceive things and the way you see things. And you could say this is absolute suffering and I hate this, or you can just keep moving and knowing that the payoff is worth it. We pay for every choice we make in some fashion or another. The real trick in life is determining the value of each decision. Is it worth what you're paying? And it's absolutely worth every step out here right now for me. Is every step in your life worth what you're paying right now? And that's an individual journey for each of us to determine. I have no regrets. I love it. I love where I was at before, because I see life as play. And I'm playing the game of life. I don't know. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Please comment. Maybe I'm wrong. But whether I'm in a group or I'm absolutely alone, I'm still going to be animated and grunt every time something hurts or aches and pains. But it is absolutely worth every step out here. Appreciate you.